the last 14 years as working with adults with disabilities and especially with children with disabilities. In the last 9 years of my life, especially working with families with children with autism. So it has become my second and I think last career to do this. And so I have the longest title inside our organization. It basically means I do what I'm told. But I do want to tell you a few of the things that I do. So I'm in charge of strategic initiatives. Easter Seals Central Illinois, which is the organization that I work with serves 28 counties across the center part of the state. So we literally go from the Quad Cities over to Danville, from I-80 to here, to Springfield. We serve a huge territory. I'll show you that in a minute. We, like all Easter Seals, have people with disabilities in common. There are 75 of us who are affiliates of the national organization. Easter Seals nationally is headquartered in Chicago. There are 75 of us around this country, Canada, and Australia. The thing we all have in common is people with disabilities, but that's about it. Then we specialize. Some Easter Seals are lifespans providers. They care for people across their entire lifespan. We did not. We began in 1919 as the Peoria Crippled Children's Society. Appropriate name at the time, not so much today. So when Easter Seals began in 1938, we became a member then. We've been an Easter Seals affiliate ever since. So for us, we specialize in young children. About 70% of the children that we see are birth to 3, and then that number diminishes as you go up in age. So we really specialize in the very young child. We're the largest provider of autism services in downstate Illinois. So it's kind of our passion. But we also focus very heavily on children with cerebral palsy and wide range of developmental disabilities. Because of our focus, when TAP began, it was a clear connection for us. So we've been a proud member of the TAP network since its beginning. Regardless of what the governor says, we tend to say that, so we'll see.
That's right.
We'll see how that plays out over time. So we work a lot with children with autism, but that doesn't preclude us from also serving the adult population. Just we serve fewer of them, and I'll say a little bit more about that as we go along. So if you need more information about us, go to our website. For those of you who are from Central Illinois, I just made a great connection with John during lunch, so please don't feel free to reach out to us and ask us about how we can be of assistance. And I'm going to do this a lot because I roam around. Okay, so here's what I want to do today. And please, again, interact if you have questions or comments. So here's what by the time we're done today, I'd really like to have spend a little time talking about those experiences that Russ mentioned that we've done with community engagement and needs assessments, and hopefully that you'll learn, if you haven't done that before, how you might get it off the ground. It's not scary. A little bit about scope and scale, how much are you going to bite off and chew. A little more about identifying key stakeholders, which sounds like you've already done some of that, so we'll be back to that in just a few minutes. Then really assessing current services and identifying service gaps is a really important part of this process. So when we get there, I'm going to slow down a little bit. Prioritizing needs, engaging the wider public, building local leadership. What I've learned above all things is as good as I am, I can't do it all by myself, and I'm nearing retirement age. So there has to be local leadership, organic local leadership, who is going to maintain any of these efforts, or they die and they die quickly. So as a part of community engagement and needs assessments, you need to be identifying who who are those people with fire in their guts for this issue? Who are going to be able to get past the first 6 months of work and is willing to put it in there for the long haul? And identifying those people, recruiting those people,